You think being an undercover agent is like a Hollywood movie. You imagine fast cars, designer suits, and heroic shootouts. You are entirely wrong. Real undercover work is a slow, suffocating nightmare. It is about becoming the exact monster you swore to destroy. You are placed deep inside one of the most ruthless organizations on the planet. There is no backup team waiting around the corner. If you make a single mistake, you do not go to jail. You simply disappear into the desert, and your family never finds out why. You have to lie to your friends, your family, and yourself. You wear a hidden wire that feels like a ticking bomb against your chest. This is the ultimate test of human psychology. Every smile is fake. Every handshake is a calculated risk. This is what it takes to bring down an empire from the inside. Welcome to the invisible line.
Level 1. The Transporter. You do not start by meeting the boss. You start at the very bottom. The DEA creates a fake identity for you. You are now Carlos. You have a criminal record, a fake apartment, and a history of smuggling. You hang around dingy mechanic shops near the border, waiting to be noticed. Eventually, a local lieutenant offers you a job. You are given an old, dusty pickup truck. Your task is simple: drive across the border and do not ask what is in the tires. The truck is loaded with 50 kilos of the organization's high-value product. You approach the border checkpoint. Your heart feels like it is going to explode. You are a cop, but if the Border Patrol finds the cargo, you go to federal prison. Your handlers cannot save you without blowing your cover. The border agent looks at your fake ID and asks you where you are going. You smile, make a joke, and hand him your papers smoothly. He waves you through. The barrier lifts. You pull over 10 miles down the road and vomit from the adrenaline. You deliver the truck to a warehouse on the other side. The local boss counts the cargo. It is perfect. He hands you a stack of cash, $5,000 for a few hours of driving. You have to pretend you are thrilled to receive the dirty money. You do this drive 20 more times over the next 6 months. You never complain, you never ask questions, and you never steal a single dollar. In an organization built on thieves, a reliable man is incredibly rare. You have successfully earned their basic trust. But being trusted means they will pull you much deeper into the shadows.
Level 2. The Loyalty Test. You are promoted. You now manage a stash house in the city. Millions of dollars of product flow through your living room every week. But the organization is leaking information to the feds. A massive shipment is intercepted by the authorities on the highway. The bosses know there is a rat inside the circle. Paranoia sweeps through the organization like a virus. One evening, 2 large enforcers arrive at your stash house unannounced. They tell you to get in the back of their SUV. They take your phone, your wallet, and they search you for wires. By a miracle, you left your recording device hidden in your apartment that day. You are driven to an empty warehouse on the outskirts of town. Inside, the regional boss is sitting at a folding table. Next to him is another smuggler, tied to a chair and looking terrified. The boss looks at you and hands you a heavy metal tool. He says the man in the chair is the informant. He tells you to handle the problem permanently to prove your loyalty. Time completely freezes. Your police training screams at you to stop. If you do it, you become a murderer and cross the point of no return. If you refuse, they will know you are a cop and you will not leave the room. You grip the metal tool. You step toward the man. You raise your arm, preparing to make an impossible choice. Suddenly, the boss laughs and tells you to put it down. The man in the chair is not a rat. It was an elaborate test of hesitation. You passed, but your hands do not stop shaking for 3 days.
Level 3. The Inner Circle. You passed the test. You were no longer just a driver. You were moved to the financial side of the syndicate. You become a collector for the regional plaza.
Every week, you visit dozens of local businesses, restaurants, taxi companies, and construction sites. They all pay a mandatory tax to operate in your territory. You walk into a bakery. The owner is an honest, hard-working man. He hands you an envelope of cash, looking down at the floor in fear. This is the hardest part of your undercover job. You joined the police to protect these exact people. Now you are the monster extorting them for their savings. You have to push the guilt down deep into your stomach. If a business owner refuses to pay, you are ordered to break their property. You smash windows and destroy furniture to maintain your cover. The money you collect is brought to a massive counting house. You see millions of dollars stacked floor to ceiling. You memorize names, faces, and license plates of high-level operators. At night, you meet your handler in a dark parking garage. You transfer the intelligence you gathered. Your handler tells you the DEA is building a massive RICO case. They don't just want the regional boss anymore. They want you to get close to the cartel's central leadership. You realize this mission is not going to end anytime soon. You are stuck in the mud, and you have to keep walking deeper. Level 4. The Decay. 2 years have passed. You are deeply embedded in the syndicate. You now report directly to the upper management. You wear expensive suits, drive a luxury car, and live in a high-rise. The cartel pays you extremely well to keep you loyal, but the psychological toll is destroying you from the inside. You start having vivid nightmares about the people you have intimidated. Your real personality is fading away. You find yourself adopting the aggressive mannerisms of the criminals. You shout at waiters, you drive aggressively, you trust absolutely no one. Carlos, the fake persona, is becoming stronger than the real you. Your handler notices the change during your secret briefings. He tells you to take a mandatory psychological evaluation. You refuse, knowing they will pull you out of the field if you fail. You are dangerously close to the ultimate target, and you cannot stop now. The line between right and wrong becomes completely blurred. You start justifying the cartel's actions in your head. You tell yourself that the drug economy provides jobs for the poor. This is the Stockholm syndrome of the undercover agent. You rely heavily on alcohol to fall asleep. Your real family believes you are stationed overseas on a boring desk job. You miss your daughter's birthday for the 2nd year in a row. You stare at a photo of her and you feel entirely disconnected. You realize you have sacrificed your soul for the mission. And the most dangerous part of the job is just about to begin. Level 5. The Setup. The cartel's top leader is a ghost who never stays in one place. The DEA needs him in a controlled location to execute a raid. You are tasked with organizing a massive multi-million-dollar logistics deal. It is a deal so important that the boss must attend in person. You spend 3 months carefully laying the groundwork. You lease a massive, secure warehouse near an industrial port. You wire the entire building with hidden cameras and microphones. You convince the boss that this new route will double their revenue. The day of the meeting arrives. The tension is unbearable. You are sweating through your expensive shirt. If they sweep the building for bugs and find one, you are dead. You wait in the empty warehouse. Every passing minute feels like an hour. Finally, a convoy of heavily armored black SUVs rolls through the gates. Dozens of armed enforcers step out and secure the perimeter. The boss steps out of the center vehicle. The ghost is finally in the open. You greet him, playing the role of the loyal earner perfectly. You walk him to the center of the warehouse, exactly over an X marked for the tactical teams. You begin presenting the fake logistics plan on a large table. You know that 2 miles away, a massive federal strike team is waiting for your signal. The signal is a simple code word you must say naturally in conversation. The shipment is ready for immediate delivery.
You take a deep breath, looking the most dangerous man in the country in the eyes. You speak the code word clearly, and then all hell breaks loose.
Level 6. The Raid. The steel doors of the warehouse are blown completely off their hinges. Multiple flashbangs are thrown through the windows simultaneously. The explosions are blinding and deafening. Dozens of heavily armored tactical agents swarm into the building from every direction. The cartel enforcers react instantly, drawing their tools. You dive under the heavy wooden table just as the chaos erupts. The air is filled with thick white smoke and flashing tactical lights. You pull your badge from your pocket and hold it out. This is the most dangerous moment for an undercover agent. You look exactly like a criminal, and the strike team is running on pure adrenaline. A tactical laser paints your chest red. You scream your badge number and your real name into the smoke. An agent grabs you by the collar and aggressively drags you toward the exit. You look back and see the boss pinned to the concrete floor by 3 agents. The boss makes eye contact with you as you are dragged away. The look of ultimate betrayal on his face will haunt you forever. He knows exactly who set him up. You are shoved into the back of an unmarked federal van. The doors slam shut, leaving you in the dark, breathing heavily. The operation is a massive success. The head of the syndicate is captured and the empire is fractured. Your handlers celebrate, congratulating you on a perfect mission. But as you sit in the van, you feel completely empty. Carlos is dead, but your real life is gone too. Level 7. The Ghost. The cartel puts a $2 million bounty on your head. Your real name is leaked to the criminal underworld. You cannot return to your department. You cannot go home. The government places you into the Federal Witness Protection Program. You are moved to a quiet, boring suburb in the Midwest. You are given a new name, a new social security number, and a fake history. You now work as a manager at a hardware store. You sell paint and hammers to polite, friendly neighbors. They invite you to barbecues, but you never go. You cannot let anyone get too close. Every time a dark SUV drives slowly past your house, your heart stops. Every time someone asks about your past, you have to recite a rehearsed lie. You check the locks on your doors 3 times every single night. You sleep with a protection tool hidden under your mattress. The paranoia from the cartel never truly leaves your brain. You are completely safe, but you are living in a psychological prison. You look at the normal people around you. They complain about traffic and the weather. They have no idea about the dark world that exists right under their feet. You successfully defeated the monster, but the monster took your identity as payment. You will spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. You are a hero on a secret file that no one will ever read. To the rest of the world, you are just a quiet guy selling paint. Welcome to the end of the line.